In this presentation, we're going to take a quick look at 3 different vertical markets and the integration scenarios for using the solution family of products. So the first place we take a look is an industrial automation integration. So here we have machine tools that are taking pieces of metal and cutting them to the proper shape, and we'll call that a part. So they're trying to create parts here, and then we have lathes which might be here, which turn the metal and then cut it off here with a bandsaw, and large plates of metal we might cut with this large shear. There's an operator inspecting those individual parts and seeing how we're doing with a little thing called a caliper, and we would take, or a micrometer would take that information and read it in as well. So we've got a lot of different things going on here inside the industrial automation floor, the shop floor we'll call it, making parts, and that's just cutting metal to the proper size. So we're going to take a number of solution engines and place them on the floor in industrial enclosures and allow them to be able to talk to the machines, whether they're traditional OPC machines, whether they're MT Connect machines, which is a new communication standard, or whether we talk to the machine directly and look at its power signal or put sensors on it. So we have all that information that we'd like to be able to get from these machines. So what do? We take the virtual agents, we connect them to the machines, and then we connect those all to a network, whether they're wireless or wired. Then we take Solution Builder and connect to that network, and we start defining what we want to have on that device. So if we want to talk to a particular interface like OPC, and we want to look at hardware interfaces where they're getting vibration to see if the machine's moving or not, we're going to define controllers, hardware interfaces, and models and data collection for that particular machines that are running there for those particular machines. And then in inspection, we might run it through a model and then take that data. And then the goal is to take all of that data for these various machines and bring it back to a central location. This location can be a cloud, can be the cloud, can be a local cloud, or can be local storage. You really have the flexibility of doing that. And the goal is to provide information to maintenance personnel who are also feeding information into the system, and then they could look at the performance of the machine and try to determine whether something needs to happen. And also looking at operations personnel who need information, like general standards for this would be a new standard called OEE, which allows people to look at the production instantly, and called at-a-glance operation management, and we're able to support that through the regular tools that are there. The second integration scenario we're going to talk about is telematics. Telematics for vehicles moving around. So here we'd have a bunch of buses that are deployed throughout a city. This is a Manhattan view. So what we'd have is we'd have our solution engines running on each bus with a wireless connection. So there's various, you can think of as local hotspots. So that solution engine could reach out then to a server and be able to get information as well. So what we do is we take Solution Builder now, and in the same scenario, we'd be able to go out to those individual solution engines and define rules, data that they're going to collect, and run models on the devices and build that up so that all of these devices can bring their information back to a central server. That could be a local cloud, the internet, or to storage at a facility. And again, back to maintenance personnel. Maintenance personnel would need to know that that bus was going over temperature at 315, and we can give them the 30 minutes of data on the engine coming up to that point. Or operations who need to see exactly where the vehicle is. So all of that information is being fed and defined by the architecture that we use, Solution Builder, to configure the solution engines so that they produce the right information and have the right rules on them in order to be able to meet this application requirement. The third scenario is building automation integration. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an apartment complex, we're going to look at the boiler that's heating that apartment complex and feeding steam to all the registers, and we're going to see what we do to control that. We take a virtual agent, a solution engine, and run it right with the device, and have a wireless connection to it or a wired connection. And then we have another computer that we're going to bring in, whether it's a laptop or whether it's an individual device or somebody's computer back in their office, and is able to configure the virtual agent. And we place some wireless sensors using a technology called Zigbee around the apartment complex in various locations. This is going to feed us wireless data back to this solution engine. And then we also have a wireless connection so that we can turn on or off the valve with an intelligent outlet, you can think of it, and also some temperature sensors on that boiler. So once we have that information, then we take Solution Builder and start configuring the solution engine with the rules, with the interfaces to the hardware that we require, maybe through Zigbee in this scenario, and also through any models that we might be running that are controlling that. The interesting thing is this apartment complex has gas bills at around $12,000 a month in the middle of winter. So really, if we can more intelligently control that, we do a better job, and also give them all kinds of information like for energy audits. So if we look at what's coming back from the device and we see the temperatures here, one of the problems with owning an apartment complex like that is there's regulatory regulations in place that actually tell us that we have to maintain certain temperatures at different periods of the day. So that's fed in. We take the wireless information from the various apartments, and then we can make sure that we control the coldest apartment to that temperature. So we can give the management a quick display, live camera views of their information, what the current temperatures are inside of there, what the set points are, and what their histories have looked like for their temperatures. So that's available. And also we can look at energy audits. So we show them, look, you're heating one side of your building 10 degrees more than others. All of this stuff is fairly simple and uses the solution engine and the solution builder. And finally, what we did was we took the machine tools that we talked about, and we actually developed a line of products around those, which includes a hardware system that will go down and talk to those different machines that we had targeted, called the Quick Start Platform, which runs the solution engine. And then Solution Builder, the engineering tools, which allows to see all that information. And then a dashboard particular to maintaining machine tools within a plant called Solution Manager, concentrating on OEE and being able to show that information to the user. So again, these three different scenarios show us that that we're able to take the same tools in this robust engine and apply it across a variety of vertical markets, enabling process monitoring, understanding, and improvements for various vertical markets. Thank you for your time.